Hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. So Google has said, or Google's John Mueller has said, that at some point Google will remove its Disavow tool. And if you've been following SEO news, you probably know already that Bing removed its Disavow tool or link Disavow tool back in September 2023. And so a lot of people, including myself, I thought, Google will follow suit and they will do away with the Disavow tool. Well, they haven't till to date. So anyway, so this one person, Rowan Collins, asked John Mueller, if the tool will remain. And so I'll put the screenshot of the tweet over here. So it says, since Bing took away the Disavow tool last year, it is still worth using the Google Disavow tool. Does Google actually use it to exclude spammy links pointing to your site? Interested to know if there is any effect on traffic disavowing bad backlinks. John Moe. So John responded to this, and this is something I'll get into and I'll explain to you why this is such a nonsensical answer. But it does make sense for Google or a Google representative to say this. And so he says over here, a particular Disavow tool is not something you ever need on a regular basis. I'd consider a big red flag if any SEO tool reported on toxic links has suggested you need to clean it up regularly. It's been wrong for many years now. Don't fall for it. All right, so this year, and then there's a second tweet here. He says, gosh, this was controversial over a decade ago when it launched, but now are you saying that there's more to this than what's documented? Go for it if you really want to. I won't hold you back. It's just that watching TV is more productive. And then he says, at some point, I'm sure we'll remove it. I'm tempted to add something sneaky, so snarky. I'm tempted to add something snarky regarding the conspiracy post, but I'll hold my tongue. So over here, there's actually something that he's saying. He's saying that we're not gonna, we might remove the tool. We may remove the tool at some point. When exactly that happens, they're not going to tell us, or they're not prepared to tell us right now. But he says that you hardly ever need to use it on a regular basis, which I agree. You would hardly ever need to use it on a regular basis if Google was good at identifying backlinks. It's very good compared to how it was 10 years ago. So Google is now excellent compared to 10 years ago at identifying spammy links, but it's not the best, or it's not 100% accuracy. And I don't think we'll ever see 100% accuracy, but at least with something like that, we need to see a 95% accuracy, especially when I've seen Black Hat SEOs pointing bad backlinks to websites and tanking them. It shouldn't be possible if Google was smart enough to recognize those links. Now, Google is smart enough to recognize those Chinese, Japanese, spammy links that come in. If you have an English language site or, any language that's not Chinese or Japanese, and you see a whole bunch of those links coming in, and it's safe to assume that Google can recognize those links and automatically remove them. But it's the sneakier links, the ones that look like a real website that is that's sending bad links to your site. So it might look like a casino site, for instance. It might look like a legitimate casino site or like a legitimate adult site, and that will be either redirected or pointed to your domain. There are also a lot of spammy domains that you can buy off the internet, and they have a very high spam score. And if you redirect those domains to a website, you can quite literally tank it. I've demonstrated this in the past for some of my students, and I've showed them how this can be dangerous. But I don't use this kind of tactic. I don't recommend that people tank other businesses' websites. If you want to compete, you compete. You compete nice and clean. Don't do anything dirty. And then there's another thing. It says, in particular, the Disavow tool is not something you ever use. All right, so he says, we've touched on this over the years. If you've had a manual action for link spam, or if you're certain you'll get one when someone looks, then disavowing can make sense. Most spam paid place swapped links are just ignore nowadays. And Google does ignore those links, but the assumption here, again, he's making is Disavow will only make sense if you're being manually penalized, or, he implies that if you're being actively link building. But then their implication in here is that, let's say if you're not actively link building, but they are suspicious links pointing to your website, in which case he's also alluding to the fact that you should be monitoring your backlinks. And if you see bad backlinks that look perfectly legit, that may look perfectly legit to Google, then you should disavow that. Now, if you use a tool, I don't know, like Ahrefs or SEMrush, you get a whole bunch of links, but Google doesn't really count any of those links. If you want to get an idea of the kind of links that Google is counting towards your site or to your site's ranking, then go to Google Search Console and check out what links are linking back to your site. It usually takes a very long time for backlinks to make it to Google Search Console, but I would definitely start there if you're thinking about disavowing backlinks. Also, disavowing backlinks can do more harm than good, so you need to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing, or you are a professional like me to take a look at your backlink profile and figure out if this is something, if a disavow is something you shouldn't be doing. And you most certainly shouldn't be doing it on a regular basis. But it's hard to say. It's just on a case per case basis. I disavow links a lot for my clients, but for some clients I don't have to disavow any of those spammy links that come in because I don't see it affecting the website. But as soon as I see links that come in and they're affecting the site, I start taking stock of those links and disavowing them. So I hope you guys found the video useful. Let me know if you use the disavow tool, and if you'll miss it and Google ends up removing it. I'm sure pretty much everybody will miss it, but even I will miss it. But if Google does that, it should only be because its detection is 95% accurate. Let me know in the comments below. Again, like and subscribe, share if you like, and I'll see you in the next video.